and Bitcoin back at $70,000, and time is now running out to go all in on crypto. In this video, I'm going to share with you some new stats which share why it's so important that if you care about making money in this next crypto bull run, you're in it to win it right now. I'm going to break down the stats using Bitcoin here with a strong 4-hourly candle bouncing from support, breaking straight back above $70,000. Are we now ready to mount another attack back at all-time highs and start our journey towards $90,000 and beyond? You're seeing altcoins respond. Ethereum up 3.6% here on a Monday. You're seeing Solana up 4.8%. Phantom moving nicely here at close to 4%, bouncing from very important support as well. We've got a lot to get into today. Before I get into it, guys, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Your subscription really does support the channel, so you just taking a moment to hit that subscribe button really helps me push out this content on a daily basis. You guys know I do not miss a day. I'm here to give you guys the content when it matters, and the content I'm going to be delivering you today is a reminder. It's a reminder that you could be missing out on the best time to be in the market. Maybe you've been in the market through the bear market. Maybe you've got through the difficult times of FTX and Terra Luna and all that stuff. If you do not capitalize on what I'm going to show you now, all of that will be pointless. All of that effort, all of that pain, all of that dedication to spend time in the market, you could miss the gold at the end of the rainbow if you miss this period now. So what you're looking at now is a chart from Glassnode. Again, some of the best analytics are provided by Glassnode if you're looking for on-chain metrics. And of course, since the Bitcoin halving, we have started our next, which is our fifth epoch, right? It's our fifth Bitcoin halving, and every single time you have seen one, whether we start with this little goldy orangey line here, this was the first one when the reward was 50 Bitcoin for the halving rewards. Look at this movement here. Boom, really big move here to the upside. Similarly for the next epoch, the red line, big move to the upside, chilled for a bit, another big move. And look at where the circle is. This indicates a cycle top. Now look at all these cycle tops. Where do you see them? You see them between now and roughly 1.5 to 2 years time. Okay, so between now when the halving happens and 1.5 to 2 years time is where we see the cycle top occur. And for many people right now, this sideways movement in the market, what we're experiencing here over the last kind of couple of weeks since the Bitcoin halving, is getting people to panic. It's getting people to go, hang on, this Bitcoin thing is boring, and they're actually leaving the market just because of this sideways period here. They ignore this big move here to the upside, and because of this bit of sideways, they're going to miss out on something which could be potentially parabolic. And we've seen it in previous cycles. Look at the weekly chart here. We've seen these crazy moves on Bitcoin again. What's to suggest it cannot happen again up towards 100,000 and beyond? Again, coming back to the data points, right, which is what we need to base this on, the cycle top will happen in the next 18 to 24 months. And these are the best years for price action, right? From now to where we're heading to, somewhere where this black colored line here, see this? This is where we're at now. This little bit here, that's where we are now. Where is this cycle top going to be? It's going to be somewhere, right? We're going to have a price running. And then, of course, after the cycle top, you start collapsing, you enter your crypto winter and your bear market as well. But it's crazy to think that so many people are sitting on the sidelines. And by sitting on the sidelines, I don't mean that, you don't care about crypto, or you're not watching crypto videos, or you're not studying the market. I mean, you're sat there in dollars, right? You're sat there in stable coins. You're not invested. You're not in the projects you want to be in. And so the reason for this video is to say, what are you doing? If you know statistically, like I've just shown you on the chart here, that every single time a new epoch has started, every time we get a new Bitcoin halving, the best years for crypto ensue. And you've seen it happen, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 cycles you've seen this happen. At what point do you go, hang on, I'm a bit silly for thinking it's going to be otherwise? Statistics seem to suggest that Bitcoin rises like a phoenix every single time after a Bitcoin halving. And yet you think it's going to be different? You got to ask yourself, where is your conviction? Where do you lie? Because if you want to be in the market, be in the market. You can't be half pregnant, right? You're either in crypto or you're not. The people who struggle are neither here nor there. They cannot commit. And that's the worst place to be, right? If you're going to be in crypto, commit yourself to crypto. Be in it. If you're not going to be in crypto, great. Crypto is not for everybody, right? I think it will be eventually, but right now it's not for everybody. Go do something else. At least be committed to something. But that's part of the problem we have is people want to be either half in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And you're never going to get good results in life doing that. You can't half run a business. You can't half become a brain surgeon. You can't half become a footballer. You can't half become a crypto investor either. If you're going to take it seriously and be in the market. This wishy-washy, I'm kind of in the market, but I'm scared, I'm out of the market, I'm selling again, and I'm back in the market, and I'm out of the market. That's why you're getting wrecked, right? The stats don't lie, the numbers don't lie. Bitcoin is set up for a nice attempt here, back at all-time highs. And so if we take a look at the chart patterns, which we've got formed, let's bring out some of our patterns again. Beautiful falling wedge pattern here to the downside. Textbook breakout, right? Textbook breakout. Now, let me give you another example. This is a falling wedge, and this is breaking out. Now, of course, the price target for the breakout initially is the all-time high, back at that 73 to 74,000 level. But then onwards, I've shared with you why this price target is back up at that 90,000 mark. Let me give you another example, right? You can see Pepe popping off here as well. This is a trade I took. I shared this with you guys as well. Falling wedge pattern, broke out, retested, boom. Look at that move. Look at that move, guys. Look at that move. From the retest, if you call it on the retest, up to where it is right now, you're talking at least 177%. This is a perfect TA pattern of a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. And you're seeing Bitcoin forming the same pattern. So again, when I show you the TA, when I show you the on-chain metrics like I just showed you, when we talk about the fundamental analysis as well, right? When we talk about the fact that Bitcoin supply is getting less and less. I mean, let's take a look at this. Follow me on Twitter, @ReallyJaza1. You will see that I posted this. Bitcoin ETFs around the world now hold 1 million Bitcoin, right? Now remember, there are only 21 million Bitcoins ever to be produced. That's programmed into the algorithm, of which a bunch is already lost. I think there's about 18 million actually accessible, right? There's been at least 3 million which are lost or not recoverable or people don't know where they're at, okay? So that leaves you with 18 million Bitcoin, of which 1 million in ETFs, Michael Saylor's got a bunch, and the rest are pretty much occupied. This is a very, very scarce asset. Very scarce asset, and every single millionaire, if they wanted a piece of Bitcoin, can you imagine what would happen to the price of Bitcoin? There is just simply not enough to go around. The supply and demand dynamics make it such that this price has to go in one direction. Now, of course, like any asset class, there are risks to the downside. The market can get scared, market can rotate risk off, inflation could continue to be a pain and not come down, and therefore interest rates are going to be higher for longer. Fine, maybe Bitcoin wants to be sideways / down for a bit. But long term, what do we know truer than the sun coming out in the morning? The US government will print again. The US government will cut their interest rates, loosen policy, and at some point, they'll print again because they're an addict to printing. And one thing we know, fiat currency will continue to become devalued, just like it's always done. If you're sitting on 100K of dollars in your bank account, one thing I can guarantee you is this time next year, 365 days on, it's not worth as much as it is today. That cannot be said for Bitcoin. Every single person who has ever bought Bitcoin to date, right, when we just touched all-time highs, is in the green. Right? Holders are in the green. There's one more thing I want to share with you in terms of the on-chain metrics. And again, I tweeted this earlier today. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. You're missing out on all the alpha. Dropped in Telegram. Link is in description, where I show you the trades I'm taking, any altcoin trades I'm taking. I mean, we just did over 33% on Floki. Yep, just an innocent meme coin, 33%. We also traded Bonk last week as well. Got insane returns on that. Spot only, long only. I don't short the market. And I share all my trades. Jump into our Telegram group. So this is what I want to share with you. The below indicator shows that long-term Bitcoin holders were selling heavily into the 73K peak in March, but have since slowed down their selling. Look at this, guys. So if you look at the gold line here, this is the long-term holder supply. They were increasing their supply, increasing. Boom, they started decreasing. Okay, they started decreasing their holdings because they were selling because Bitcoin went back to all-time highs. Very clever from long-term holders. But now you're starting to see that settle off, and that's allowing Bitcoin and the price action to gather some footing ready for its next move. So you can see how the on-chain is tying up with the TA we're looking at as well. Now, of course, very important macroeconomic news coming out later this week. We have to keep an eye on the traditional markets. Nasdaq is up in the green today, 1%, S&P up 0.7%. Nvidia continued to carry the stock market, but that's good because it's keeping the dollar index push to the downside, and that's going to keep sentiment rotated as risk on. We get the PCE inflation figure, guys. PCE inflation figure later this week. I will cover it on this channel. That is the figure Jerome Powell and the Fed will use to make their decision as to whether we get an interest rate hike, a cut, or a pause at the next meeting, which is on June the 12th. Okay, so not long, just over 2 weeks from now, and the market expect us to not get anything, right? That's what the market has got priced in, is that we're not going to get anything in June, not going to get anything pretty much in July, and it's kind of in that September range where about half the market expects us perhaps to get our first interest rate cut in September. It may feel like a long way away, but it's not, guys. If you're kind of one of those people that are sitting there being shaken out, this could be it. We've been through the tough period. To now sit out of the market when a Bitcoin halving has happened. We know these are the best performing years, like I've just shared with you. Interest rates could be cut soon. Maybe in 2 months, 3 months, okay, maybe 4 months. We're going to get an interest rate cut. We've been through the fastest rate hiking cycle in over 40 years. We're clearly at the final innings. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things are improving. The stock market is looking strong. I personally would not be out of this market. I cannot put conviction into your heart and brain. You guys have to put in the work, but you're not going to do that being half pregnant. You're either in crypto, you're doing the research, and you believe in what you're doing, or you're not. Hopefully this message resonates with a few of you. Hopefully this is the message and the wake-up call you need. If you appreciate this type of content, please smash up the likes. Hit the like button. Hit up the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one.